Hey, what is going on YouTube? Ron here. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you guys are having a fantastic Monday. And oh, what a glorious Monday it is. Another opportunity for you guys to spend obnoxious amounts of money on World of Warships Legends. That's right, guys. We have 3 new ships and 3 new commanders available in the store for a very lowly price of 54,000 doubloons. Now, we're going to leave the torches and pitchforks for a different video talking about monetization. In this video, we're simply going to go over the ships and the commanders. If you want to pick them up, that is on you. I have played none of them. I have briefly looked at them, so my opinions here are very limited. But here they are. You get a Tier 5 French destroyer, a Tier 7 Russian cruiser, which is basically a Russian Hampshire, and a new Tier 7, it's a pan-European, but it is the Spanish Numancia, essentially, without the burst fire. But let's go ahead and look at it here, the Glorieux. I'm pretty sure I said that horrifically long, but this thing actually looks pretty good at Tier 5 here. This thing can actually equip a sonar on top of the engine boost consumable and a main battery reload booster there. 15,700 health, 150 millimeter guns with a base 6.5 reload, and again, this is without any commanders. The torpedoes are pretty decent there at 7.5 kilometer range and 65 knot speed. With commanders, this thing could be a mini Kleber at Tier 5, and of course the 6.3 concealment, again without a commander. Moving on to the elephant here, and once again I have my camos turned off. It does come with a nice little pirate camo here, but this is essentially a Russian Hampshire. I'm not exactly sure any of the differences here, but AP only with the 10 kilometer torpedoes and the 203 millimeter guns. So you will get access to the Russian commanders, and they actually have a unique kind of commander that they released that is tailor-made to this ship here, but a base reload of 10.5, which you can probably get down to 7 or 8 if you kind of spec into it there. Again, with the 10 kilometer torpedoes, this thing looks pretty interesting. I think there's going to be some slight differences with the Russian commanders, but it's still a Hampshire, which is a very good boat. It's just essentially a glass cannon with how kind of, fragile the armor scheme is. And here we are, the Numancia, aka the La Perla Azul, without your burst fire consumable. The Spanish cruiser, which for some reason put in the pan-European line, which just feels awfully lazy to me, but alas, it is a new ship. This is definitely a more torpedo-focused ship. As I was kind of investigating this morning, I was like, is the burst fire, a consumable or something? And no, you get access to smoke, sonar, and a heal or defensive AA if you, for whatever reason, would want to choose that. Let's go ahead and review the specs of this ship, though. Survivability is kind of low at 34,500 health with not the best armor profile, as Toy sent me a message here this morning. Your artillery is average, a triple turret on the front there and 2 doubles on the back for a total of 7 guns. And this is kind of where the ship is going to be interesting, unique, and new. It's got a 4x3 torpedo setup there. It's more of a torpedo-focused kind of cruiser with the newer commander that they released as well. There's a few options to add more into your torpedoes. Your maneuverability is decent, and you actually have, I think, the best concealment of all Tier 7 cruisers with kind of a full concealment or a camo and concealment module there. I think you can get it down to like 9.5 as well. And just confirming what we said about being essentially the second glass cannon of these 3 ships here. Your Citadel is sort of protected, but as you can see, you've got green and yellow all over. If you catch yourself in the wrong position against most battleships, you will be getting easily overmatched. Rapid reload, area denial, and hidden are your traits there. So yeah, that is the Numancia reskin Pirate Edition. But anyway, moving on to your commanders here. Andrew the Lip, with his new unique skill of Born Ready, maximum subsequent AP damage to the same target after each cruiser AP hit. Something else I want to note is that these commanders here, and I'm not sure if this is going to be for all new commanders, is that each row now has 3 skills kind of evenly split up. But Mr. Lip's unique skill here, Hit Them Hard in the 4th row, increases the turret traverse as well as the damage while the seaplane is active. And moving on to our second commander here, who most of you may recognize, and it is a spitting image of our very own sailing Robin Lafierce here, with his unique skill of Corsair the Couron, which increases your destroyer's HE shell chance of causing a fire. And here, once again, we go over all of the perks on this page. And what I was talking about earlier is that Perceptive is now on a different row for this commander than is Twist and Track. As you can see, they are all evenly spaced, and Robin's unique skill in the 4th slot here is Omnan du Roy, where each 9th, 8th, 7th, and 6th fire on the enemy ship is a duplicate, which, again, I'm not exactly sure 100% what that means, but someone in the comments will explain it down below. Moving on to our 3rd commander, Marisa La Loca, with her unique skill of Rage of the Seas, which decreases your torpedo detectability and increases your cruiser torpedo range. And once again, we're just sort of briefly going over each of the skills that you can choose from. If you want to pause the video so you guys can read them in depth and build some, new unique play styles. But her unique skill in the 4th row is Sharks on the Run, which increases your flooding chance and damage of torpedoes, which is always something I've wondered. Obviously I believe that the torpedoes with a higher payload have more chance to flood, and obviously depending on what part of the ship and what you're hitting, but I've always wondered what that is. There you guys have it though, 3 ships and 3 commanders for a nice and cheap 54,000 doubloons, which I think is like 180 USD. On top of that, we also have the return of Michael Laterre, Ariadne M. Davis, as well as the Caprice and the La Foudre. Now, of course, all of these ships are available individually, so if you just want 1 or 2, which if you're really looking to spend some money, I would only get 1 or 2, or try your luck with some crates via Global or Silver. Again, I think the monetization has reached a peak once again. It always does around Christmas time, as I'm just kind of looking at all of the obnoxious stuff in the store here. And again, that's going to be for a separate video. But in this video, we're just reviewing it. We all know that Wargaming is trying to make money. It sometimes bugs me that people just like comment on every video. It's like, how can they be so greedy? It's like, well, again, they're trying to make money. Now, I think it has gone way over the top, especially in the past month or two, honestly the whole year. But regardless, that is, like we mentioned, for a different video. I hope you guys enjoy that. Let me know if you are picking up any of those commanders. We're going to test them tonight on stream. So I love you guys. Hope you had a great weekend out there. I did, with the exception of a certain event, which we won't talk about. But I love you boys. Everyone have a great week. I'm out. Peace.